any point somebody could just wake up and look at you and be like, no.
I know.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's scary if you care.
How many icks does it take till you get to the end of a relationship?
I really liked the dynamic that you guys had together, but
I don't think we'll have that dynamic anymore because I don't like him anymore.
it's an ick. You got the ick.
I got the ick.
You can't
Come back from it.
You can't come back from it. I never have. Some people say that you can come back from it, but I've never been able to. How many times have you gotten the ick when you've been dating someone? Is it has it stopped you from has it ended things? The ick.
Yes.
Yeah.
But never right away because I'm always trying to be like, oh no, that's okay. Or don't be so judgmental, or just get over it, or it's not a big deal because, and listen, I'm sure plenty of guys have gotten the ick from me. I don't know how.
No, they haven't. Anyways.
But it's a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I need to learn to move on from those icks more quickly and not I give so many chances.
Yes.
How many icks does it take? How many icks does it take till you get to the end of a relationship?
First podcast, then album.
Oh my god. We're taking over the world.
We're gonna go on tour. It'll be equal parts, live recording of the podcast, and we'll just break out into song.
Yeah, it's like High School Musical.
Yeah. I also stay past when I get the ick. I know when I get it, and I've stayed too long, but I try to it hits you out of nowhere. So you're not expecting it, and there's probably some things that you still do about that person.
Of course.
But it definitely is it's probably the main reason I end stuff.
Isn't that kind of scary though? Because not getting the ick and acting on your instincts, but just the idea that at any point, that's the most destabilizing thing, right? Is at any point somebody could just wake up and look at you and be like, no.
I know.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's scary if you care.
Maybe I'm just testing this theory out in real time, so it might make no sense, but maybe the ick is just your gut sort of screaming at you as opposed to when your gut was maybe telling you something wasn't right and you weren't listening.
Yes. So I agree. I feel more comfortable and safe thinking that might be the thing because maybe you already know that this is not going to work out or that this is not your person.
Yeah.
But you're staying, you're spending time, and it's not anything is necessarily bad, but then something will jump out and you will just choose to have that be the thing. Because it might be easier than even trying to figure out what it is about this person or yourself, what they make you see in yourself,
right?
That it does not resonate.
I am going to go with that as what it is because the other one's scary.
Yeah.
Because it could happen to you.
Yes.
Not that it would.
It wouldn't. It never has. Also, all my exes always come back.
That is the nature of exes.
So they always come back, but I don't go back though.
I will humor the renewed interest.
Yes.
It's never the right thing to do.
I will say, just kind of going back to how they always come back. I have recently reconnected with an ex. So, but in a very friendly way. When we first broke up, I always felt it just wasn't over.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship was over, but our time, I just felt it was one of my hardest breakups. I just felt my heart was ripped out. It was also the first person I dated after my divorce. So being in a very toxic, very bad, negative marriage for 6 years, and then the first person coming out of that, anyone would have been better. Totally. And so literally so that breakup was just really hard for me, but I did always feel there was just more there, unfinished, whatever. We reconnected, almost 2 years ago, and it kind of ended again because it was like we weren't seeing each other, but we had reconnected and we're spending a lot of time together. And then it was like, what are we doing? And it was kind of like, I don't know, but we're not dating. And that was kind of like a line that was there. And then I was like, okay, well, like what? It like ended it again.
Yeah.
But then over the fires, I think everybody in LA can relate that you definitely heard from your ex over the fires in January, right?
No, actually. What? I posted a story that was like, it's so crazy how exes from whenever will text you on your birthday, but they're not going to check on you to see if you're safe during the fires.
Oh. We have different exes. Mine cared.
Zero.
Rude.
I mean, Cricket's dad, but obviously.
Well, that's great because you guys have a very positive relationship. I think as far as exes go, that's like amazing. Well, I made sure you were okay, and I was really concerned for you.
Yeah, and I was concerned for you.
I know.
And all of my friends and people I care about.
Yeah.
I didn't reach out to exes, and exes didn't reach out to me. I think that's a net positive.
I agree.
But also, it was like, oh, you can ruin my birthday, but you can't. I mean, they didn't ruin my birthday, but it's just kind of like, oh.
Like, ew, it's my birthday. Could you not?
You can text me on my birthday. You can't see if I need saved from a fire?
Literally, like, the worst disaster
Make an effort.
we've ever been a part of. Yeah, show me that you care.
If he wanted to, he would.
Well, this ex checked on me during the fires.
Okay.
She actually checked through her sister, who I'm very close with, and then roundabout way. So we reconnected. Now it's just like, you know what? I think we're just supposed to kind of be in each other's lives.
That's
and it
beautiful.
was like, I think that kind of comes back to like that thing that I always felt like maybe it wasn't done. She's one that came back. They always come back. And she can stay. But the rest of them I don't respond to.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to making an effort. If you want to be in people's lives, you'll make an effort. But I do think when there is that gap between communication, between some kind of relationship, and then a person reemerges, I do feel like the intention has to be really palpable.
Yes.
And if it's not, it does kind of create those long, murky periods.
Murky.
Murky. Ew. I was at the pier this morning, and one of the old guys like walked by and he's like, "Hey Jade, how's the water looking?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, "I heard murky," and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Oh my God! Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Murky.
Yeah, I think when in any relationship, be it romantic or sexual, platonic, familial, whatever it is, the effect ultimately is what matters, but the intention is so important.
Yes.
And I think you can have some really ill effects without the intention of that, but I don't think you get great effects without some kind of intentionality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're so wise.
You are wise. I view you as a very wise person.
Well, this is my first time on Earth.
Okay.
Wait, how many times have you been on Earth?
I don't know, but I don't think of myself as an old soul. Yeah. Lola, my daughter, I think of her as an old soul. I can tell she has been here many times before. I don't think, maybe this isn't my first time, but like, it's not like, many. This is your first time?
There is no way I've been on this earth before.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah, you're very wise.
I take that as a compliment, and also, I mean, I can just like wake up and be like, never been here before. What do I do? Like, I constantly feel like, oh.
Well, you would know better than I do.
Well, I don't know, but I take it as a compliment regardless.
It is. I think it's just because you have so much, like, you have a lot of insight.
I have a lot of insight. I do not myself take a lot of insight when it comes to dating and relationships.
That's okay.
Okay.
Nobody does.
That's true.
Nobody does. You have to go through those things yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I always have said, like, I wish somebody would have literally taken me by the shoulders and shook the shit out of me when I was about to get married. I mean, like, what are you doing?
And
Like,
you
why are
wouldn't have
you
listened.
doing this? And I wouldn't have listened. I would have been like, fuck you. I'm doing what I want to do. This is what I want to do. But, like, looking back, I'm like, everyone in my life should have been like, bitch, what are you doing? Because it was a crazy thing that I did. But, like, I was going to do it. And, like, nobody, like, I was an adult.
Yeah.
I got married when I was, like, 30 something. And, like, you have to let people go through their mistakes. Like, that's how you learn. So,
no, but I think when you're in situations that are wrong for you, relationships that are wrong for you, I think people see it, the people closest to you, and I would imagine most, I know I've experienced this, most will try to drop subtle or not so subtle hints, but you can't kind of come through and say, do not do this.
right.
Don't do it. This is wrong for you, da-da-da-da. Because like you said, A, you won't listen.
Yeah.
And B, it has the, I think, almost worse effect of you wanting to distance yourself from that friend, that relative, whoever it is, who's trying to look out for you and say, hey, I don't want to see you do this. And you say, well, fuck you. I'm an adult.
Yes.
I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Because you just don't see it.
Or even not even that, like, but like almost just the thought of like, it makes you kind of be like, ugh, like they just won't share things. And then it creates distance and it creates, it's like you won't feel safe, telling that person that you guys had a fight or that you guys like, he did something fucked up or she did something crazy. Like you won't feel safe coming to that person when they've already voiced like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Because you'll feel like an idiot.
And even the highs of, oh my gosh, he did this great thing or she did this great thing, it dulls the reception of it on the from the other person too. Because the person's like, great, they did this great thing for you. What about the other 95%? And so they can't react in the way that you probably want them to react because you're so excited about it and you're trying to prove something. Because subconsciously you know that it is not right for you.
Yes.
And you just kind of keep doing it until something smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, like, and I know I'm saying this to be cheeky, but like, hopefully not literally, but until I'm excited. Oh, Lila's calling.
Oh. Hello? Oh, okay, that's fun. Yes. I'll Venmo you. It's okay, I love you. She's walking to the Grove, and she also needs money for an Air One smoothie, so. It's so.
I love her.
I know.
She is definitely an old soul, though.
She is.
Do you have Diet Coke?
No. I'm sorry. Do you want a water?
I'll take I'm good.
Okay.
Let's just like.
I need to go to the grocery store today.
Oh no, I didn't mean to like Diet Coke shame you. We're like we are not basic, but we sometimes are just the most basic people on earth.
No, and I feel that.
I went to a party last night and I was like looking through my convenience store and I was like gonna bring a 6-pack. And I was going through and I'm like, oh, like, which one's cool to bring? And I was like, no, girl, you want Blue Moon. Just get the Blue Moon. Who cares?
Yeah.
Guess what? Nobody cares.
Blue Moon is one of the only beers I enjoy drinking.
Yeah, I will drink most any beer unless it's hoppy, like super hoppy.
You like beer.
I don't like beer. I love wine more and cocktails. I mean, wine is my fave. But
wine is my fave.
Sometimes we just like basic things and it's okay.
It's okay. I have Uggs.
So I think anybody can have Uggs.
Yes.
I justify my having Uggs because I'm a surfer.
Yeah. I wish I had an extra pair of Uggs so I could take them to the ocean.
I wish you were a surfer.
I'm afraid of that. I am. I'd be afraid. Oh my gosh, speaking of the ocean, remember that one night? Actually, you didn't remember, but I remembered.
Uh-oh.
Because we drank a lot of wine one night and we walked down to the ocean.
Yeah.
It was dark and we were drinking wine and we were just sitting there and we were talking about how the ocean is so amazing and how the ocean is God, and we were like, that's God, and you're like, yeah, and it's powerful, God doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. I was like, yeah, it's just right there, coming and going, I don't even know, but we had a really good, it felt really we had it figured out.
Listen, listen, it's possible to have stoner thoughts when you're drinking
Yes.
and not stoned.
Yeah, I don't do that. Like stoned.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, what? Drink? Girl,
Have thoughts?
bitch, what?
I thought we were being honest.
Yeah, I have stoner thoughts when I'm totally sober.
Same.
Like,
I like that. I love how we figured it out though that night. The ocean is God. We don't remember. You don't remember what else we said. I'm clearly only remembering fragments, but it's like so funny because it was a serious conversation. We weren't laughing. Okay.
yes.
I would like to circle back to icks because I think it's fun to talk about what gives you the ick.
Love it.
What gives you the ick? What has given you the ick before? In like just before.
Oh, that's such a good question.
Okay, I'll say a few.
Okay, yeah, what are some icks for you?
Okay, so one time I dated a girl who would only ever always wear a hat. And I think that's weird.
Was she balding?
No, but like it was weird.
Yeah.
But like that was this is a mild one, by the way. And I'm like, what is this like insecurity? At first I'm like, I love a hat. I love a hat. Like that tops off an outfit the way a bag does. Like I love a hat.
Did she wear a hat during sex?
No, but she did look different because I wasn't used to seeing her in a hat. And I remember the moment where it like, I was like, oh my God, like I've never, when it clicked, when I realized I had never seen her without a hat on. And I was like, that's so weird. Smell. And not a bad smell.
Just certain smells.
Well, no, like a person who has a distinct scent. It's like pheromones, I think.
Yeah.
I've gotten the ick because of how somebody smells, and I realized like I can never hang out with them again.
I have gotten that ick also.
Yeah.
But it's the pheromones, and isn't scientifically that happens? It's the reason that you think that your brother smells so bad or whatever. It's because it's biological that you should not mate with that person.
Yes, it's nature telling you run.
And I've had those experiences too where it's, oh, I'm just expressing my needs. Oh, here's what I need from you. Here's what I expect from myself. Here's where I see it going and how we get there.
Oh,
and
my God.
I think, that's great if you've been with a person for a while. You're married, you're dating, you're serious about this person, and you've had enough experiences together to actually have a foundation from which to talk about these things.
Yes. Enough shared experience to be able to talk about those things further down the road.
And for those things to have some grounding.
Yes.
And I think you've heard me say this before, but I feel like it's the going to the concert and, filming the whole thing on your phone and worrying about the angles and worrying about, is it in focus, worrying about the sound, worrying about all the things, but why can't you just experience the experience?
Just enjoy the concert.
Enjoy the concert.
Just enjoy the concert.
Honestly, to continue that analogy, you holding up your phone during the concert is annoying all the other people around you because you are making it about you.
Yes.
And how you're experiencing the experience, and you're making it so... Yeah, it's narcissistic behavior.
It is.
I don't think that if you take a picture at a concert or take a little snippet of a phone, of a concert, it's narcissistic. Let's be clear. I'm gonna get canceled. I don't fucking care. For that, fine. For other
the stuff we had to edit out earlier.
When you become so introspective, so inward looking, that is a beautiful thing in terms of your growth.
Yes.
But you are not the only person on earth. If you're going to be in a true relationship, you're not always going to get every single need met.
And you don't want to be with somebody like that. Even like a friend, I don't know, it's just not fulfilling. Also, it's like, girl, maybe you're just hungry. Maybe you're just tired, This person I dated for like 3 months. One time she asked me, did you notice how my energy just shifted back there? And I'm like, you know what? No, I didn't, and I don't care. And if you felt your energy shift, like, why do I have to now carry it, and you're making it my problem that I have to now, like, we were just in the car driving back to my car. Like, nothing was happening. And we had had a fun day together.
Yeah.
So it was so confusing to me, but also I'm like, you found something up here.
Yeah.
And decided to have it affect you here, and now you're pushing it on me. And I literally was just like, no. But I got in my car, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, maybe you really are just like, go home. Like, chill, have some water. Did I notice your energy shift, and what does that mean? And maybe you just had something trigger you, or maybe there was a thought, or maybe it was because we spent so much time together. And I'm like, oh my God, like, she was saying all that later when I was just like, fuck this. I literally don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I'm fucking busy. I don't want to worry about how your energy shifted 5 minutes ago when we're just in the car ride home. Ick.
Speaking of icks and
Yes.
energy shifts, I spent over a decade every day to my now ex-husband going, are you okay? Is something wrong? Are you okay? And he'd be like, oh my God, yes, I'm fine. If there is something wrong, I will tell you. But I had such an insecurity for so long, and I don't know what it truly was, what triggered it. But then, what you say to yourself and the stories you tell yourself become real.
Yes.
So ultimately, every fucking day, are you okay? Is something wrong? And I can only imagine how fucking obnoxious that was for him.
You're so smart. You are! Because, like,
Yeah.
You can see that about yourself, but, like, that would be obnoxious and annoying.
So obnoxious.
But also, good for you, because you are not that person. Like, you've learned.
Oh, I've
and,
definitely
like,
learned.
Yes, and I think that's where it does come from, obviously, insecurities and stuff like that, and we all have them. The problem is when you choose to operate from a place of your insecurities, and that is your norm.
Yeah.
So it's okay to have insecurities. It's okay to have those come up and come out. But when that is the place that you choose to operate from, it's a problem for you and anybody else that's, like, in your orbit, because then your insecurities become something they have to carry.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. And why would you want to do that to somebody you're married to, interested in, whatever? But of course, those are, like, things you learn along the way.
Absolutely. But I think when you get into these modes of just telling yourself a story, it makes it true in terms of how you experience it. And I think it just wears the groove so deeply that sometimes you just can't get out of that pattern while you're in that situation, and you only later figure out how to kind of patch those over.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And we're all, like, experiencing our lives, at the same time, but very different versions of how we move through the world. So I think that's what's so hard with dating, is because, like, you don't know where that person is.
Yeah.
Where they've been, where they're coming from, their current perspective, like, any of that. And that's what kind of makes it such a nightmare.
Dating is a nightmare.
But you know what I wonder? I'm like, why then, like, I can form such amazing friendships. There's something about when you, like, bring in this romantic element where there is more, like, accountability in some way, where, like, you're being judged in a different way, or perceived in a different way that you're not in friendships and platonic relationships, where it just becomes so much more complicated.
It's because we're not poly.
Listen, on paper that sounds great.
On
I
paper-
could never.
It is. I think being poly just mostly contains talking about your feelings all the time, which is just not a thing I'm interested in doing.
You don't want to be in a lesbian relationship?
Believe it or not. I wish I did. I say it every day. I wish I were just the teeniest bit gay, and I'm just not.
You're just not. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Should we pause?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing good.
We're doing a really good job.
I'm hot.
Yeah, you are.